This video is brought to you by Deluxe Property Management Services, powered by
Hi everyone, it is Cynthia Stone with RCP Business Community, and I am delighted to be joined in the studio by our fabulous, wait for it, Abby. He is a mortgage agent like no other, and he's from Legion Financial Solutions. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned and hear what this man has to say. Well, it is a pleasure to have you on our show, Abby.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
It's a pleasure for being here.
Right on. All right, so for the viewers that don't already know you, can you tell us a bit about you?
So I'm a mortgage agent. I've been licensed under a brokerage for about 4 years now. And I've been in the financial industry working with mortgages for about 6 years. It's been very fun, not where I originally started or studied. So it was a very different curve going from pursuing criminology and law to doing finance every single day and running numbers and doing math, which I wasn't really good at when I was younger. So it's funny how we all end up somewhere completely different. So gotta love what we do. I am a mortgage agent under Legion Financial Solutions. It's a brokerage that's been open now for about 2 years. All young professionals, young hustlers, we're just out here trying to make a better day, right?
Absolutely. There you go. Agent man with a plan. Well, that's awesome. So if you could say what your strengths are in coming to this career, if you could name 3 adjectives, what would they be?
I would say creative. You have to be really creative in the way we structure deals. Every single deal, every single mortgage deal is completely different. They may be similar, but it is very different the way we have to structure things. So we have to be very creative with our minds and how to process everything. I would say resourceful. In this industry, you have to be very resourceful and know a lot of people. You have to be the go-to person. At the end of the day, when a deal comes on our table and let's say a client is purchasing a home with the realtor, lawyers are involved, appraisers are involved, inspectors are involved, the bank is involved, underwriters, right, of the bank. So we are the center contact point for all of these things. And if we don't do our job correctly as a mortgage agent or broker, everything falls apart. So in this industry, being resourceful and delivering, I would say, is very key. And lastly, the third point I'd like to make is being realistic. I'm very straightforward in the business. I don't like to beat around the bush. I don't like to waste people's time, nor the client's time. I don't like to give false promises. So my thing is just being real with the client, being real with everyone that's involved in the transaction, and making sure that everyone knows the process and how it's going to be done confidently.
Absolutely. It sounds like very methodical, and you've got it all down to a science.
Yes.
All right, and what a journey you've been on too.
A long way, a long way.
Absolutely. All right, so in terms of the industry then, would you say that you see this as being a long-term thing for you?
I would. I really enjoyed coming into this industry. I was very new into it. Like I said, it was a complete different field of study, and going into it was a whole new experience. I have enjoyed all the experiences so far, in where I've worked. I think it's a wonderfully changing and challenging industry. So that's something I like and I like to pursue because it gets me motivated every day to beat some kind of obstacle. So I'm definitely in this for the long haul.
Right on. There you go. Riding the wave.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty neat. And you touched on this, but I wanted to delve a little deeper. How did you start?
Okay, so once I finished university, I was like, all right, let's get a job. And I went to work for one of the tier 1 banks, 5 major banks. And there I thought I would go into possibly their fraud department or their legal department later down the line. And so as I started at the branch level, you have to start somewhere. And I worked my way up to becoming an advisor, doing a lot of mortgages, where I became the #1 in the district at a certain point. At that point, I realized I had a lot of potential in something that I'm good at. And so I started exploring other options outside of the bank realm, and I started then working for a MIC, which is a mortgage investment corporation. So it's a private lender, you know, an alternative lender, let's call it. And so when I started working with them, I started getting the in and outs of the industry that's way outside of the regular conventional mortgage realm. And I got to see a whole new side and learn a whole new side and be a part of that growth. And I think when I did my licensing and everything to do that, I really started liking the broker side. So I thought, hey, let's focus full time on becoming the mortgage agent completely instead of, you know, working for the lenders, because now as the agent, I have the lending experience from I have the lending experience in private. I know how to structure the deals and put it all together to make sure the clients are getting approved and that the lender's not going to ask too many questions based on, you know, I already know what they're going to be asking because of all the experience. So it was a very fun journey, but a very structured one in the sense of bringing me to where I am today, successfully.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's been very good. And yeah, it's all the experience that I need in order to fulfill my clients' needs every day.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have a holistic view of every step that's needed.
It's a whole cycle.
Well, that's it. Navigate the cycle. So consider you the navigator. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
So in terms of this business, I mean, obviously there are the peaks, but there are also the valleys. Could you touch on that for us?
Every day is a challenge. We're not working 9 to 5. We're not working Monday to Friday. You know, we don't get biweekly paychecks, right? So every single day it is a grind. It is a mentality. It's a mindset, I would say, more than anything. The mindset to get up every day and have the willpower to fight, the willpower to go get leads, potential business, ensure that you're closing the business that you've already have going on, right? Because if you're not closing, then you're not getting paid. You're not proving to your clients that you're worthy. You're not bringing value to the table, right? Your services are then not needed. So making sure you're also completing the business. But I think in retrospect, it's really just, it comes down and boils down to your mentality. If you don't have the mindset to be positive every single day, thinking, hey, today is a new day for new opportunities, we're gonna get it, right? And you know, we're gonna be able to help someone today, then you're gonna get drained really quickly. So it really boils down to mindset over anything to get you motivated every single day to get up and be looking forward to finding something new in this new day.
Absolutely. Abby, it sounds like it's mind over grind.
It is. It really is. Wow. It's mind over grind. You know what? That should be patented.
You heard it here first. All right. Well, in terms of your key driving force to get to where you are, you did touch on that, but let's elaborate a bit. Okay. What is that? Where does that come from?
It really just comes down from the people around me and having the motivation to look around the people who've done successful in this industry for many years, who some mentors I look up to, and it's really just showing or elevating my business and elevating the way I see things, right? I would say they set a certain standard, and it's a standard that I would like to come up to, right? And when you have these kind of people around you, they shape and mold and influence the way you think, the way you conduct your business, the way you do things, right? And I think it really helps in my growth. It has helped in my growth. And it really is my driving force every single day to be like, hey, that is my goal. That is where I want to be. Absolutely. And what I have to do every single day to be there, to achieve that, to attain that, right?
Yeah, it sounds right. I mean, absolutely. You have all these successful people and you see them climbing that ladder, and they always say success leaves clues.
Yeah, there we go, right? There you go.
All right. So in terms of how you are establishing your success, I mean, like any good home, you need that foundation. So in terms of that, what about your customer base? How are you building that successful customer base?
So the customer base comes from referrals. I would say a lot of my business comes from referrals from existing clients. Awesome. I would love to say about 90%. Probably, yeah, around 90% of my business from referrals. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier, is you have to deliver on every single deal, right? Every time you get a client, you have to ensure that You're not just dropping the deal halfway. You're not just leaving the client stranded, right? You want to be that driving force with them, making sure they're getting to the finish line from start to finish. You're with them. You know, you sometimes got to hold their hand all the way, but you're ensuring that that deal is being completed effectively and efficiently, right? And when you do that, the client is happy. They've seen your results, or people around them have seen the way you conduct your business, and they will then bring in referrals, be like, hey, you should go speak with Abby when it comes to mortgages because he actually gets it done, right? He's not going to take you around and take you for a ride around town. Like, he'll just bring you straight to where you need to be, A to B, boom, and we're done, right? Secondly is social media. More recently, I have started posting on social media, and I feel like it is a great tool to use in the growth of your business and if you want to expand your business. And I feel like it has really helped bring in new leads for me more recently. I've been posting more of approved deals that have closed, and as mortgage agents, we're behind the scenes. So not a lot of us are on social media, not a lot of us post. So I started breaking that norm of the mortgage industry, and I started posting more, and it's definitely brought a lot of attention. It's definitely brought me new leads. It's definitely brought me new individuals or affiliates that want to work with me.
Nice.
So I would say referrals and social media.
Brilliant. Well, there you go. I mean, it sounds like you're really, thinking outside that box, and there comes that creativity again.
We're trying.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like you're succeeding. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that that's crucial. And that ties into our next question in terms of strategies that you've used.
Strategies. I would say networking. Your network is your net worth, right? If you've ever heard that quote, and it is 100% real, and I think every business owner will agree, is you can't grow your business, you can't expand your business, you can't even get business if you're not out there.
True.
Right? People are not going to walk in the door anymore. There's a lot of shops like retail that are shutting down. It shows people don't walk in anymore. They want convenience. They want services. They go online, right? Just the same way, if you're not out there meeting people, if you're not frequently putting yourself on a stage, let's say, perhaps like in front of people and saying, hey, this is what I do, this is my business, introducing yourself, getting out there, trying to meet as many new people as you can, I think you will fall into a cycle where you get a little too comfortable and your business may start falling, and it might get hurt because of that. So to expand business, to keep growing, the strength is you got to network all day long.
Absolutely.
That's
it's all about who you know, right?
It's all about who you know, not what you know.
All right. So in terms of your market then, do you have a niche market that you focus on?
I do. I think as mortgage agents and brokers, a lot of people get confused that we only compete with the tier 1 banks, as in the 5 major banks. Not really. A certain part of our business, or a certain percentage, I should say, is probably in competition with them. But a bulk in the niche, I would say, of our business is self-employed individuals, individuals that have multiple homes under their belt.
Yeah.
These are the kind of people that won't get qualified under the new stress tests at the A bank, right? Unless they're claiming all the taxes, then sure, which in most cases business owners don't, right?
Yes.
So in that case, I want to say the bulk of my business goes towards self-employed individuals, those with multiple homes. It all goes back down to the way we structure deals. And I think we service them way better than the financial institutions. And we're able to help them get the lowest rates and get the best deals and the best mortgage based on their scenarios, right?
All right, so if you want to beat the bank, you got to check them out, right? All right, so in terms of all the agents out there, what makes you the one to choose?
I think it's a hit and miss sometimes, but I think it's my straightforwardness. I'm a very personable kind of person, I want to say, I think, right? I don't know, you tell me.
What do you think, guys?
But I'm also very straightforward in the way I conduct business. I really don't, and I've reiterated this a few times in this interview, is I don't like to beat around the bush. I don't like to tell people, give them false hope, right? And there's a lot of brokers out there that do that, and I don't like that. And I think if you're very clear and concise with the client, I feel they trust you more.
Yeah.
Because you're not telling them what they want to hear, you're telling them what they need to hear, right? And some clients will go to a person that promises them what they want to hear, and things may go sideways, and then they come back and they're like, we should have listened to you. But that's okay. Sometimes they need to do that to learn and gain that trust with me that, when I tell you something, I'm telling you for your benefit, I'm telling you with your best interest at heart, right?
Yes.
And it's just the way certain things are done and certain scenarios. So my straightforwardness, and I fight till the end for my clients. If they sign up with me and if they start working with me, I will make sure that I am with them every step of the way until closing day and beyond that. I don't do just transactions. I like to think of every single client as a relationship that I get to build month after month, year after year. I still send Christmas cards to my first client that I've ever had.
Wow.
I still pick up the phone and call every single client at least every few months, every couple months. So they're always keeping in touch with me. Clients that have bought their house with me end up refinancing with me, or they sold a house, they buy again, they come back to me, right? Or their sister is buying, or if they want to do investments, right? They always contact me because they trust my word, because I've always given them the best options given their scenario or their situation that they're in. Right? So they really like the fact that I'm humble and I put the loyalty of our relationship as priority, right? It's not just a one-time business transaction, right? It's longevity of the client.
Oh, right on. Longevity with Legion. There you go. Amazing.
That's a good one, right? You should trademark all these.
Well, now there is something to be said about this particular community as well, the RCP business community. How did you find them, and how do you find them?
So I was actually brought into the RCP community via a business affiliate. And he told me about the network and the program, and so I came in. It's been great so far. A lot of new individuals I got to mingle with and network with and meet, and also a great opportunity to grow the business and get your brand out there and let people know exactly what you're doing, and even just finding other people in the industry that are doing similar things but in different ways, right? So it gets your creative juices flowing a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's been a very good ride, and I was thankful for being introduced to them.
Amazing. Well, there you go. Any parting words of wisdom for our viewers?
Always stay motivated, stay focused on your business, and don't ever pay attention to people that doubt you or tell you that you can't do it. And I think you should just follow your dreams, go with your passion, and go 100%.
Well, there you have it. You saw it here, RCP Business Community, and it was our pleasure to have you on the show with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, if people want to reach out to you, how would they do that?
They can contact me at abi at legionfs.ca, or call me directly anytime at 647-778-4460.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed today's segment.
This video is brought to you by Deluxe Property Management Services, powered by